Well, I'm not sure I've ever felt as bad for a group of guys as I do for this group that was in the locker room because they are, as BD said and Trevor said, they're trying. They really are. Now, we're not playing smart enough. We're not playing tough enough. We're not playing consistent enough. Um, and that's my job. To if you can do it once, you should be able to do it twice. If you do it twice, you should be able to do it three times. And look, the shots sometimes aren't going to go in. That's part of it. But this team, this program, I should say, this program has set a standard of defending at a high level and rebounding at a high level consistently throughout the 14 years that we've been here. This team is nowhere near good enough defensively or rebounding the basketball to win a game like tonight. Now, turnovers have been an issue for us all year. You guys know that. I know that. We talk about it every damn game. The good news about tonight is we only had 2 in the second half. That's good news. So we got to build on that positive. So when I look at this game, I look at the first half when we're down 7. To me, that's where we missed the game. Our guys are all worried about missing shots down the stretch. They expect to make those shots. They want to make those shots. What I got to get them to understand is if you defend and you rebound and you take care of the ball in the first 20 minutes, we won the second half by 5. This it's not even a game. We win this thing going away, but we're not able to do that for whatever reason. And the turnovers, I just scratch my head. I mean, just simple passing and catching turnovers, concentration turnovers. It's mind-boggling. And but like those guys said, we're not losing our spirit. We're not going to lose our heart. We're not going to lose our togetherness. But we gotta lose the damn turnovers. At least get them under control where we can. Again, we didn't play real well in the second half offensively. Shot 42%, but we won it by 5 because we took care of the ball. That's what you got to do. But you got to do it for 40 minutes, and we're not capable of doing that.
That seems like some of the like this it's been a common theme with the turnovers where you have a bunch in the first half and you clean up a little bit.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, some of the games. Is that maybe just getting in the flow of things, or is that because it seems like some of them are really early, especially the ones that really
Yeah.
frustrate you.
Oh, yeah. But again, at least they weren't live ball turnovers. But you think about the first defensive possession of the game. They miss a shot, get a rebound. They miss a shot, get a rebound. They make a 3. Best player makes a 3. Like they had 20 at halftime. 20 of their 33 points came off second chance points. Not us getting a rebound. We got our stop, didn't get our rebound, or our turnovers. 20 of their, so they scored 13 points in the first half against our defense that was set. We'll live with that, but we can't live with the 20 of that we're giving them because we already got our stop. We just can't get a rebound. And there's going to be some of that. There's going to be some, it's never going to be 0, but it can't be 20 out of 33. That's the difference in the game. Our players don't think like that. They don't, and it's my job to get them to think like that. I wish they were as frustrated with an opponent's offensive rebound as they were about a missed shot, but they're not.
I know it's not that message,
We had our shots. But like you look at the last shots that our team got. We had our chances to win that game. We really did. Now we didn't make them, but we had our chances. We did. So we just didn't capitalize on it. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's just frustrating. It seems there's the snake bit nature of not being able to hit that dagger shot.
Yeah, I mean it'd be nice, I mean, it'd be nice for sure. But that's the one thing as a coach you can't control the shots going in or don't go in. What you can control is your guys boxing out, your guys getting 50-50 balls, you're competing on the glass, you're stopping them from scoring. You're taking away their strengths. Because this team, Arizona State was ready to be beat tonight. They're down 2 starters. They play 7 guys. Like, they had foul trouble. Like, we had our chances. It went, and snake bit is probably a really good term for this team right now. Some good things. Seby's doing some good things. You know, made a really, really good, strong drive there at the end and finished to tie the game up. You know, I want him to become a better, more consistent rebounder. You know, I feel good about him guarding the ball when he's on defense. I think he's gotten better defensively since he's been here. So Seby's going to be a great player for us. There's no doubt about it. He, you know, again, with this team, in terms of who you play and who you start and who gets the minutes, it is really, really difficult because it's so inconsistent that, you know, Julian, he's given us everything he's got. You know, he wasn't efficient. Didn't score against Arizona State, you know, the first game. Didn't score at halftime. But, you know, 13 points on 16 shots, that's not the Julian Hammond we know. You got to get 13 points on 6 shots. That's the Julian Hammond we know. And that's where we have to be more efficient. And we're not. But, you know, it's not one guy. Julian's been our most consistent player all year, game in and game out, offensively. He struggled defensively a little bit tonight.
Framing your message to your guys.
No, I'm really not having a challenge. What's frustrating is it's the same message. It's the same message. Now, I've changed up lineups, I've changed up rotations, I've changed up minutes, but my message has been the same. And they might get tired of the message. I really don't care. But the message is we got to stick together. We got to believe in each other. We got to make each other better on both ends of the floor. Okay? And togetherness, a lot of people think about togetherness and selfishness or unselfishness on the offensive end. It's as prevalent on the defensive end. Like, we get caught on the screen, we got to have somebody there and help. We get beat off the dribble, we got to have somebody there to help. That guy that helps, somebody's got to help the helper. Like, we've got to be more connected defensively. We showed offensively. We had some really good possessions tonight. We got some good looks. We had enough good shots to win this game. We didn't make enough shots down the stretch, but we had good shots when we didn't turn it over. You know, again, 2 turnovers in the second half, we'll take that all day long. 10 in the first half, lose by 7 in the first half, win by 5 in the second half. It's really not that difficult of a message. And so, is it hard? No. Is it hard to get through to them? Yes. Yes, because our team hasn't gotten better. We were better in Maui, even though we got shellacked by Michigan State, we got crushed by Iowa State. We were a better team in November than we are at the end of January. That's on me. I'm not doing my job.
Your opening statement, you mentioned what is morale like?
Well, they're shaken. You can tell out on the floor. They're not playing with a lot of confidence. They're not playing decisively. They're like, oh, afraid to make mistakes, and oh my God, like there's no. I told them at a timeout, guys. There's no pressure on us. Nobody expects anything from you. We're 0-8. We're 0-9 now. Like, we should be playing free and easy. That doesn't mean being careless with the ball. It just means there's no pressure on these dudes. So don't play. Just play. You know. So is our confidence shaken? Probably is. You know. Now, as a coach, here's what I do know as a coach, and I've done this for 30 years. Confidence is not a commodity. It is not. It's not something you can buy, sell. You can't go get it for. I can't give a kid confidence. I can try to be encouraging and, you know, truthful, and, you know, sometimes you need to pat a guy in the back. This team needs a pat on the back right now, but they also need a kick in the ass. They can't take a kick in the ass. They need pats in the back. Maybe the pats in the back will help them. I don't know. But tell you what, it's this is where you learn about yourself. And that's the one thing I'll say about this experience and where we're at right now. And I don't know what's going to happen. The schedule does not favor us in February. It favored us in January. So it doesn't favor us. So it's about playing better, improving, and there might be some games in February where we play really well and lose. So I've got to concentrate on what are we doing, how are we playing, and how efficient are we on offense, and how tough are we on defense, and what because the winning and losing piece, like that's going to take care of itself. But I'm not going to give up on these guys. I can tell you that they're great kids. They're not bad kids, but their confidence is shaking a little bit. You can tell their decision making is it's you can't play this game afraid to make a mistake. You can't play this game afraid, And I told him, I said, I'm going to take you out for 2 reasons tonight: a bad shot, or not boxing out. Other than that, I ain't going to take you out.
But one more for Coach. That kind of tightness.
Yeah.
Was that evident right out of the gate?
Yes.
With the 2 offensive rebounds and then the turnover on the
inbounds pass.
They get the ball right under the basket.
Yeah. I think that's what started it. One of those was a long rebound, but our hands are down. We're boxing out, so it wasn't a bad box out, but our hands are down. The rebound comes right over our head. If our hands are up, like we've talked about, like we've drilled, then the hands are up and that rebound comes, I might be able to get 2 hands on it and secure it. But I can't get a rebound with my hands down. I can box out with my hands down, but I can never get a rebound with my hands down. We got to get rebounds hands above the elbows. Like, these are basic, things that we should have learned in junior high school that we don't have that right now. And I haven't been able to teach it. So again, I'm just as complicit as the coaches that came before me with some of these guys, because that's the frustrating thing. And then to get another rebound, and their best player whaps a 3. And that's how it started. And we weren't able to string together enough stops in the second half. They shoot 50% in the second half. Our defense isn't good enough for 40 minutes. It's just not good enough. We haven't held a team even close to under 40%. Held Central Florida to under 40%, and that was like the 3rd game of the league. And we haven't even sniffed it since. So defensively, these guys are all worried about their offense. They're always worried about missing shots, and I could care less about missing shots. I'd like you to make shots. That's something that you're recruited here to do. But if you can't, maybe you can stop them from scoring. We scored 68 points tonight. It's enough to win a game if we hold them to 67 or less. But we're not able to do that.
Good. Thanks, Coach.